In this video, I'm gonna break down what I think is the biggest problem a modern man has, and this is inability to sit in silence. But why can't we sit in silence? I'm gonna tell you how to fix it, and how I fix it, and why it's really the key to master your own mind. We can all agree on that most people are addicted to distractions. We always want to distract ourselves. When we have problems, it's easy to distract ourselves. It's really hard to not be distracted by today's social medias. We fill every empty moment with it. You have to go on the toilet, you take your phone with you, so you have, instead of 5 minutes, you sit there for 20 minutes. We are not able to sit in silence anymore. You're not able to just sit there with no distractions. You fear your thoughts, because when you sit in silence, some important questions start to arise. And this is why most people never escape this trap, because they aren't able to sit in silence, clear their mind, to really just sit there and be okay with sitting with himself. And I will show you how I break free from this addiction. So what's the problem with not being able to sit in silence? What are we running from? Why are we always distracting ourselves? Because when you sit in silence with really no distractions, deep questions start to arise. You start to ask yourself, maybe, am I happy? Who am I? What do I really want to do in my life? Some deep memories start to arise which you don't want to remember. And by distracting yourself all the time, you are able to, as I said, to distract yourself from these thoughts. But what you're really doing is just avoiding facing them. So the problem really never disappears, the problem always remains. The only thing you do is distract yourself from these thoughts, but the problem always remains because you're just avoiding facing the problem, facing the question. If you can't even sit in silence with yourself, how can you control anything else in life if you can't even control your own mind? And your own mind is the only thing you will always have with you 24/7. So how I escaped the distraction trap is pretty crazy. You don't have to be crazy like I was. I was addicted to TikTok. I spent 7 hours a day scrolling mindlessly after my work. So I took it really extreme. I saw this video on YouTube from this guy, and I just deleted TikTok and went an entire week using an old Nokia phone, which I stole from my mom. And I really forced myself to sit with my thoughts. I just came back from work. I was always so used to distract myself, to get on the sofa and watch TikTok for the whole afternoon till I went to bed, that it was really the first time I faced myself with my thoughts. And it was scary and it was painful for the first few days, because I had some thoughts I tried always to distract myself from. I don't wanted to face them. So many questions started to arise on my life. It was the best decision of my life, because after that I really started to get on the journey, this journey of self-improvement. I really understood the power of silence and why you must reclaim it. When you sit in silence and you don't distract yourself, you start to find solutions, because, as I said, questions start to arise. So you have to question things to yourself. Maybe you have some problems you've been avoiding for years, and you can't escape from these questions. You start to actually find solutions. It makes you mentally strong, makes you mentally unbreakable, because you can sit with your thoughts. You no longer need to escape from yourself, because after you find the solutions on the thoughts, on the things you've been escaping, start to become more comfortable with silence, with just sitting by yourself. After a while, some thoughts don't came up anymore, because you get used to just sit with yourself. You really become a fucking savage. You can sit by the line and just be calm and cool with sitting with your thoughts, and maybe think about something you want to think about. It exposes what truly matters. Before, when I was always distracted on my phone on TikTok, I thought that my goal, what was cool, was Lamborghinis, luxury life, Rolexes, living in Dubai. But once I wasn't that addicted anymore, I truly understood what matters for myself. I don't really care about a Rolex. I don't really care about Lamborghinis. I like Japanese cars, JDM cars. I like the mountains I ride. I like being in nature. I understood that what truly matters is your family, your relationships. Yeah, of course, a Lamborghini, a Rolex is nice, but it doesn't make me happy. Maybe it makes you happy. I'm talking for myself. It makes you more confident because you don't always have to say something. Just sit in silence and really like view the surrounding, understand what's going on around you. You become an observer of the world. You really start to become more confident. You have a mysterious aura. Think about how cool a man is when he just can sit in silence. He don't have to prove his point. He don't have to talk all the time. He just sitting there observing what's going on around him. He study what people he has around him. He's trying to understand not if they like me, but if I like them. You have this mysterious aura. They're like, who is this guy? Why isn't he talking? They think maybe you're not that social, but that's not the point. You have a mysterious aura. They ask themselves, why isn't he talking? Why doesn't he need to say his point? And the best of all is you become more calm. You become cooler. You become more calm because you can just sit by yourself. You don't have to distract yourself all the time. You don't always have your mind running and be like bam, 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 thinking. You are able to just be calm and be like, I just can think about nothing. I can just be calm, present in the moment, enjoying the peace it gives me. I give you 5 steps to take back control over this addiction. So the number one is obviously delete your biggest distraction. For myself, it was TikTok. I just deleted that shit out of my life. Maybe for you, it's Instagram. Maybe for you, it's YouTube. Just delete the biggest distraction you have right now. Your mind will try to make excuses why you shouldn't delete that. But can you get the point of that? Do you really want to take back control? Don't be a fucking pussy. Just delete your biggest distraction. You know which it is. Delete it from your life. The second will be 1 hour without any distractions a day. Try to really sit with yourself 1 hour every day. Now you don't have to be 1 hour every day, but you get the main point. Try it out for 7 days. It's enough for you to just sit 1 hour, maybe outside in nature, I don't know where, but just without any distractions, any music, any TikTok. Leave your phone in another room. Just sit and say nothing and see what questions start to arise. These are important questions you've been avoiding for years, and try to find an answer. Number 3 is do a dopamine detox. There are so many videos online on how to do a dopamine detox. What I use for myself, 7 days dopamine detox, where the rules were pretty simple. No YouTube videos. Instagram was 30 minutes a day. No porn, no fap. 10 minutes meditation every day. If you do that for 7 days, you really see how difficult, how addicted you are to these things. I really suggest you to try it out. And number 4, which is really the most important part if you delete your biggest distraction, is replace it with a new habit. I deleted TikTok and now I had like 7 hours a day free. What do you do with all this time? From a day to another, you have 7 hours free time. You always said to yourself, you don't have time for working out. You don't have time for doing the thing you liked. Now you have the time. Replace it with the new habit. Maybe you want to learn playing guitar. Just start playing guitar. Maybe you want to learn make YouTube videos. Start making YouTube videos. Just replace it with a new habit. This is really important. Because if you delete your biggest distraction but you find someone else to distract yourself, That has no sense. You don't solve the problem. And number 5 is really understand how much time you are wasting. I had to really understand how much time I was wasting before I really took the decision to delete my biggest distraction. I had to understand that all these hours, all the time I was saying to myself, I don't have time. It was really because I had the time. I was putting the time in something stupid, in something that give me anything back. Try to go on your setting phones. If you have an iPhone, you can really easily see how many hours you spend on your phone. If you have an Android, I think you have to like download an extra app so you can see that. But yeah, really try to go on your settings and see how much time you're really wasting. You can't even imagine how much time, because in your mind you may be thinking, yeah, sometimes a day I just go on TikTok and chill a bit. But when you go and see actually the time, you're like, fuck, 2 hours of Instagram. When did I spend 2 hours? Can't even think where you got these 2 hours. That's really scared me. And I wanted to take back control. I wanted to be in control of my life. So I hope you really understood the power of being able to sit in silence. If you watch till the end of this video, I can guarantee that you are distracted. Even right now, you watch this video because you wanted to distract yourself. Maybe you wanted to learn something, but you get the point. If you wanted to distract yourself, really take action right now. Delete the biggest distraction. And if it helped you, subscribe to the channel, because I will make more videos about silence and really how to be calm and why silence is so much important. And see you in the next one. Shani!